What is going on, duelist? That is my son. I am Dem TCG, and first things first, don't mind the laundry in the back. I'm doing chores right now. And secondly, I just went to my first locals that I've been to in months, and it was amazing. Of course, I brought the P.U.N.K SCARECLAW deck, and it performed amazingly. Surprisingly, I actually didn't think I'd do the way I didn't think I'd do as good as I thought I would. I can't even talk. I didn't think I was gonna do as good as I did, you know? We went 5 rounds. I went X1-1, so I won 3 rounds, lost 1, and then drew 1. My first matchup was with Sprite Runic, and that was my only loss of the day. But he was a great player, and he just played around me really well. He outed my Psychic End Punisher. I sat on Psychic End Punisher for a little bit. He was just figuring out a way, came to it, and he wiped me game 2. Second round was another Sprite player, but it was pure Sprite. We took that one. The way that one went was I won first game. Second game, I accidentally drew into 6 cards, and I don't know how I did that. So I was like, hey man, dude, I can take this as a game loss. I didn't mean to do it, like whatever. And then I took game 3. And then third round was against Branded. The first game literally took up most of our time, and I took it. And then second game, we ran into time, so we just settled out a draw. And fourth round, I went against Marincess. It was a pretty hard battle, that one was, because they're all link monsters, and my boss monster is supposed to turn everything to defense. So it was kind of that was a really hard matchup for me. And then fifth round, my opponent actually left, so I got a bye. But nonetheless, went 3-1-1, and it just showed me that my deck has enough potential to actually just win a locals, or maybe even something a little bit more competitive. And like I told you when I started posting in a previous video, I want to get into the more competitive aspect of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm glad that I did go to that locals, and I'm glad I did as well as I did, because it's just making me want it's making me want more, you know? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you my deck profile that I played, and I'm actually gonna show you maybe some cards that I picked up, hopefully. Maybe. I might say that for another video. But let's get into it. So starting off with our P.U.N.K stuff, we're gonna start with 3 Xiamen. I like Xiamen just because since we have the SCARECLAW stuff, like any of my P.U.N.K cards is like ash bait. You know what I mean? And if they don't ash it, I go into combo. So that's why I really like the P.U.N.K stuff in here, because one, like I said in my other videos, one SCARECLAW card is full combo. So yeah, so we're gonna do 3 Xiamen, 3 Foxy Tune, great card. Basically, like all the P.U.N.K stuff is just standard. So I'm gonna go through that. 2 Deer Note. Deer Note's really good. I mean, people say you don't want to see Deer Note in your hand, but sometimes I do want to see Deer Note in my hand. Like the first effect, reveal it, another P.U.N.K card, you know, special summon that P.U.N.K card. Like how, that's too good not to have in your hand. Next for my 1-0s, play 1 Ogre, 1 Wagon, 1 Madam Spider, and 1 Shirakuzai. I didn't want to play 3 Ogre. I didn't even want to play 2 Ogre. There was just not enough space in my deck. And Ogre doesn't really come up that much. So that's why I kept Ogre at 1, because I don't utilize it as much as my other cards. Then we got the Spell and Trap, which is Dangerous Gabu and Jam Extreme Sessions. I could have played the other trap. I didn't really feel the need to. And for some reason, I play like a lot of negates in here, which is maybe I should like replace it with something. Like I play the Imperms, and then I play the SCARECLAW Splash, which is a negate, and then I play the Dangerous Gabu. I just prioritize my negates on board. And then going into the honorary P.U.N.K cards is my Emergency Teleport. I don't have a third ultimate rare one. I couldn't find one, so I only have 2 so far. Don't hate me for it, but they look pretty, right? So now going into the SCARECLAW stuff,
pretty standard here too. Like I said in my other video, it's like just playing 2 decks at one time. That's what it is. So we have 3 Rykart, best SCARECLAW card, hands down. We got 3 Acro. Also, like, the SCARECLAW cards don't come in like higher rarities, so this was like the coolest Acro I could find, was like a miscut Acro with like barely any bottom and such a huge top. But yeah. Next we got 3 Astra, same thing here, no bottom border, top border, super huge. Then we got 2 Balloon. This is the worst one. They all do something. Astra will give you multiple attacks, and Acro will boost it by defense position monsters by 300. And then we have the new addition, this SCARECLAW Kashtira. This is actually really good. This is how I get into my Baron plays. Since, you know, it's level 7 and then all my punks are level 3s, this is how I get to Baron. I don't need Fenrir. This is my Baron fodder. And then you play 2 Primitive Planet. That's all you really need. Lightheart searches you Primitive Planet, so just 2. Then we played 2 Arrival. This is like the second best card, just because I could bring back Kashtira, I could bring back any SCARECLAW monster. This is the second best SCARECLAW card in my deck. And then we have 1 Straddle. This Straddle was actually supposed to be a Defanging, but they sent me the wrong card. But it's okay. Straddle's really good too. Negate an effect. And then Splash. Splash, like I said, multiple negates. And then for my non-engine cards that I play in the deck, I run 2 Prosperity. You actually draw a lot in this deck, so if you use Prosperity, you really just gotta prioritize if you want multiple draws, because if you go full combo, you're drawing at least 2 to 3 times, where if you use this, you only get that additional, you know, add. So you gotta really pick and choose when you use Prosperity in this deck. Then I play 3 Ash Blossom, 1 Ogre, and 3 Imperm. So that rounds it out to like a 45 card deck. I was playing it at 44, but then I added the Straddle that was supposed to be a Defanging, so I'm testing that out right now. So going into our extra deck at the moment, this is 1 Rising Carp, and then that's the only fusion I run in my extra deck. So for my synchro monsters, I play 2 Jam Dragon Drive, 2 Amazing Dragon, and I only have 1 collector's rare of this, so I'm gonna try to get the second one, but you know, 1's good so far. And then I play the 1 Psychic and Punisher. I think I might want to bump this up to 2. I'm not too sure yet. 1's been doing good for me so far, but 2 would be pretty clutch. And then you got 1 Baron. Baron's, you know, Baron, good. And then for our link stuff, we play the 3 Lightheart, best searcher of the deck. The 3 SCARECLAW Tryhard. This card's like super good. Like, people just play SCARECLAW and they think it's not that good because, like, what can you do? Just like try hard pass, and like they think like there's not much more you can do. Tryhards help me like beat over Psychic and Punisher in a different game and just get me out of like bring back SCARECLAW Kashtira so I could synchro into a Baron. Like, this card's so cracked. Then we have 1 Access Code Talker, and last card in the extra deck is 1 Nightmare Phoenix. And I just want a Nightmare Phoenix just so I can get rid of the back row, like trap trick decks and everything like that. But yeah, I don't really have a side deck right now. I do, but it's like still a work in progress because I'm trying to add cards into it that go against the meta, or like go like, I'm trying to build it so it could hit multiple decks and not just like 1 deck. But yeah, that's my deck profile, a quick deck profile for you guys real quick. If you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions on how I can make it a little bit better, or what I should take out to make it a 40 count card, deck, please let me know. But thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for your support. Peace.